Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Uncivilized episode 9. I am your host, Shy Ill, and we are back in the building. Hope y'all are having a good Wednesday. We just got done with the Surviving El Chapo Season 2 premiere. Came back for Uncivilized episode 9. Took a little longer than I thought because I had to cut the live for the El Chapo Season 2 premiere. I was going to upload it, but that was going to take a long time, and I wanted to get back to this. So here we are. Salutes to everybody who comes through, steps in, steps out, watches the replay, whatever works for you. I'd appreciate it if you have yet to do it. Hit the subscribe and like buttons. Hit the subscribe, it helps a lot. Hit the like button, it helps a lot. We appreciate you being here. Housekeeping is as such. We have $2 text-to-speech. The link is in the description. You hit the link, you can leave a message on my screen that rings out during the broadcast. And then we have $5 text-to-speech plus a media reaction. You can add a link, a URL, and I'll stop what I'm doing and react to whatever media you send me. Aside for that, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend. Give it a share. We're going to do what we do on Uncivilized. On Uncivilized, we talk about dumb criminals, dirty cops, just horrible people in general. And it's just how it is. It's just what it is. That's what this show is dedicated to. Salutes to everybody that's been coming in and checking me out. Salutes to all the new followers and the new viewers. I appreciate y'all. Again, hit that subscribe button. And that's pretty much it, man. From there, we could just, for those that don't know, I take these videos that we watch on these lives, I clip them up and put them out on the channel for the rest of the week. So if you missed it here, go and check those out. With that said, let's get to the first video. Man murders detective at a police station. Sounds logical. Let's see what's popping.
It's 1:30 a.m. on September 25th, 2020, and officers from the Metropolitan Police Service are patrolling on London Road in Norbury, South London. Out of nowhere, they spot a male holding a duffel bag while wearing a black surgical mask, coat, trousers and boots. Although this wouldn't have usually aroused suspicion at that moment in time, remember most of the public were wearing masks. On this occasion, it did, as there had been burglaries in the area. The police thought this man, whoever he was, may be connected to the ongoing burglaries in the area, and so it was time to investigate.
I'm going to detain you under Section 1 of the Police Criminal Evidence Act, okay? The reason for that is there's a lot of burglaries in this area, and I've just seen you walk... You can just keep your hands out your pockets for now. I'll take it and have a look in a minute. All right. The reason is there's a lot of burglaries in this area. Okay. It's 1:30 in the morning. I don't know who you are. You probably got a totally legitimate excuse. All right. But at the moment you're walking down the road with a duffel bag. All right. Which I believe may have stuff going to equip to do a burglary. All right. So I'm just going to search you.
This pocket. I've got my ID.
Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Don't put your hands in your pockets. Hey, hello. Don't put your hands in your pockets. Okay. You okay? You're just going to be searched, mate. You're not under arrest.
Freaking out now.
You okay? All right. Just a bit nervous, yeah?
My parents, please.
Okay. Are they expecting you home? Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine.
You give me 2 seconds. You give me 2 seconds. Do you want me to hold that? Sorry, you're not in trouble.
Do you want to be told
You're
that?
not in trouble.
See, like, all right, well, these police are, I guess, a little different out there wherever they're at in London or wherever that's at, because she's looking at his panic as wholesome. Not in the good old US of A. No wholesome panic. Oh, you panicking? Why you panicking? Bam! Over with. Done deal.
My colleagues just explained. He was just quickly search you. See if
Mind
there's
you,
anything
his panic is coming from a foul place because he knows what he got on him.
This is all being recorded on body. Okay?
She's trying to reassure him. He's like, I know, bitch.
He said a few of the grounds. And he was just going to quickly search you. And you're free to go.
Okay.
Try to do a copy of the slip.
I'm going to confess. Okay.
To what?
In that bag is non-medical cannabis.
That's the then 23-year-old Louis DeZoya. It's not entirely clear what he was doing on the night in question, but to nip it in the bud, he was no burglar. There is one leading theory that has been pushed, and that was he was heading to his parents' home. Not for any regular visit though, as you'll find out shortly. Louis had been addicted to cannabis for roughly 4 years by this point, spending roughly £200 a month on it, which was more than likely why he had it in his possession. He was also diagnosed with autism earlier on in life, which at first glance may explain why he was so nervous when interacting
He copped to the weed, y'all. He copped to the weed.
with police. He was visibly shaking. According to medical reports, Louis' autism impacted the way he communicated and interacted with members of the public. But even if autism played a slight role in this nervous exchange with officers, it most definitely wasn't the cause of the initial stress. The stress wasn't caused by the fact he was in possession of cannabis either.
Okay, how much have you got in there?
I've got
Come on, man.
maybe 3 or so
3 grams.
grams.
Okay, alright. I'm still going to have to search you, alright?
Yeah.
So, just pass me your phone and your mask, okay? All my concern is at the moment is if you've got anything on that's going to hurt me or you. Any needles, any razor blades, anything like that. Okay, fine. Because you just told me you've got drugs on you, I'm just going to have to put you in handcuffs while I search you. The reason... What's the matter? So the reason for that is people try and do silly things when we search them. They try and hurt themselves, they try and hurt police officers. Alright?
Can you take me into the car, please?
Why? Don't resist. Listen to me very carefully.
I know.
Don't resist.
Okay, we'll put you in the car, but put the handcuffs in first, yeah?
Okay.
Is it someone's watching us? Or...
Look, take the bag, please. Thank you.
Why do you want us to sit you in the car?
Just worried, please.
Why? Why are you worried?
Just
You think your parents might see?
no.
Why does he want to get in the car? What's he gonna do? They gotta search him. They're not gonna search him in the car. If he got a hammer on him, what's he gonna do? Try to hide the hammer in the in the seat of the car, like? Or is he autistic and freaking out?
Right, get in the car, mate. Control, could I create a CAD for a stop of a person on London Road, junction with Pollard's Hill North, please? Don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't do that again. Do you understand?
Hold on.
Do you understand?
Hold on. Why'd you put him in the car and not search him? Well, I guess, again, this is another country. This would never happen to us. You said you was cuffing him to search him, and he convinced you to put him in the car before you searched him?
That's the 3rd time you've done that, and I've told you not to. Next time, listen to me, next time you're going to be handcuffed to the back. Alright? 3 times I've asked you. You speak perfectly good English. Stop doing it.
It's for our safety as well, because we don't know if you're reaching for a knife, we don't know what you're reaching in for your pocket.
Inside is my... If you open
Received.
you'll see my ID, which has my address.
At the moment, I've tried to do you a favour by taking you off the street. You've not told me why. I'm just saving you a little bit of embarrassment. Now you've reached into... Stop talking. You've now reached into your pockets 3 times and I've told you not to.
Out.
Right?
Shorty was slick. He tried to get that hammer out, stash it in the whip before dude put his hands on him. And this guy's naive. He ain't seeing it. They over here coddling this guy. Do I want them to shoot him? No. Do I want them to beat him up and smash him into pieces? No. Because they don't know what he has or doesn't have yet. They just need to do their job.
You now told me you've got drugs on you when I thought you might have had some sort of tool on you to burgle someone's house. So now I'm going to search you stood right here, alright? Because I don't know what else you've got on you. And I think there's more to this story than you're letting on, despite having drugs on you, alright?
You see this app right here, YouTube? I've been getting paid thousands of dollars a month from YouTube without making...
Okay, so I asked you earlier, I'm not too sure what the answer was. Have you got anything on you like sharp that can hurt me or you?
No.
No?
See what it is. It's not real.
canisters?
Canisters.
Oh. Oh.
Shells.
Right, at the moment, I'm
Right.
placing you under arrest for possession of what I believe to be bullets. All right.
So what you do? You grab the bullets and stuck them back in the car?
Could I have van and cell space for one male adult arrested for possession of what I believe to be bullets on London Road, junction with Pollard's Hill North? How about
Keep looking, bro.
1567.
Is he gonna claim that the hammer's in the pawn shop like the girl in the other video? I mean that the gun is in the pawn shop. I got bullets, but the gun's in the pawn shop. This guy's the professional. Look at him. You already found bullets. You better super search him. Or
Okay.
stand for somebody.
Needs to search the back of him.
Hey, Ryan, you've got a South Star back windmiller.
Just say received for me.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
see.
do.
Just hold his jacket up for me.
So. We'll change into handcuffs to rear.
Yeah, definitely.
Blankets here.
You got one pair of trousers on?
I have a second pair of thermals.
Right, okay.
He make sure he keeping himself warm while he out there hustling and
Okay,
burglarizing
just
and
search your
gun
inside legs.
toting.
Spread your legs slightly for me, thank you.
It's hilarious. Boy, you better pat
Where'd
him
you get
down
the boots
good.
from? Yeah, all good.
Where'd you get your boots from? You got burglary boots, bro. Put them in the box.
Mind your hands. Darling, I'm going to close the door. Alright?
Yeah, he freaking out already. Look at his face. Or he just lives with his face. His face is a face of perpetual freaking out. So they searched him. They found bullets. They searched him some more. They didn't find nothing else.
Do you want me to stay with you?
No, it's fine.
Now he's sitting here looking like David Blaine. Looking like David Blaine contemplating his escape. A young David Blaine.
Bullets, possession of intent to supply, class B.
Who's the other unit that was coming
So you probably don't need further search.
Yes.
Right, just sit back, let's wind them down, but don't take the cuffs off.
Yeah, it's fine.
Stand up,
Alright, we're
mate.
gonna take the cuffs off.
Go on.
I think this is it.
I can't understand or hear shit they're saying.
What?
Please leave. I think I'm going to pass on.
Okay, listen to me.
I don't think you are, mate.
My name's Matt, I'm the custody officer, right? I'm in charge. I'm not involved in the investigation. You've been arrested on suspicion of possession of bullets, ammunition and possession with intent to supply.
Class B.
Class B, anything else?
Possession with intent to
All right,
supply a couple
detention's not been
grams of bud.
authorised yet, but I can authorise a search of you under section 54 of PACE. Stand up.
They searched them the once.
Mate, you're good enough to...
Oh,
About a year ago, I was sitting in a cafe in
shit.
Midtown Manhattan, trying to figure out the best
he
AI
John
business.
Wick them.
After being led into a
He hit him with the John Wick.
Class B, anything else?
That's it.
Alright, your detention's not been authorised yet, but I can authorise a search of you under section 54 of PACE. Stand up. Mate, you're good enough to...
Wow. Woo wee. Y'all a little laxed in London. A little laxed in London. Y'all better act like Top Boy happened over there. Cause look at David Blaine, John Wick. Dead center, white shirt's chest. In a tiny little room with two vested up cops. And this little freak out managed to up what seems like a snub-nosed 38. I can't really see it from behind him. And y'all didn't see it coming. That's bananas. I need to find the like legit videos and then find a way to put the uncut videos out, like on a Patreon behind a paywall or something, so I don't get flagged, because I want to see the rest of this melee here. So he John Wicked him. Did y'all see that? Let's play that again. Damn.
By Class B, anything else?
That's it.
Alright, your detention's not been authorised yet, but I can authorise a search of you under section 54 of PACE. Stand up. Mate, you're good enough to...
After being led into a cell at Croydon Custody Centre in South London, Louis managed to grab hold of a Colt antique revolver that he had stored in a holster under his coat and opened fire on custody sergeant Matt Ratner. Even though Louis had been thoroughly searched, police somehow managed Matt Ratner, even in a holster under his coat, and opened fire on custody sergeant Matt Ratner. Even though Louis had been thoroughly searched, police somehow managed to miss the near foot-long gun
That right there is not true. He was not thoroughly searched. That's not correct. He was so not thoroughly searched that he upped the Colt and killed probably the only officer that didn't have a vest in that room.
Had been concealed. This would ultimately allow Louis to shoot Sergeant Ratner. Over the space of seconds, police somehow managed to miss the near foot-long gun that had been concealed.
So it wasn't a snub. See, I couldn't really see it.
Sergeant Matt Ratner. Even though Louis had been thoroughly searched, police somehow managed to miss the near foot-long gun that had been concealed. This would ultimately allow Louis to shoot Sergeant Ratner. Over the space of seconds, 4 shots were fired towards Sergeant Ratner. The first hit him directly in the chest, more specifically, the heart.
Wait, how many shots he got?
Over the space of seconds, 4 shots were fired towards Sergeant Ratner. The first hit him directly in the chest, more specifically, the heart. After the first shot was fired, officers leapt on top of Louis, but he continued to fire. A second bullet would hit Sergeant Ratner in the leg. The third would lodge into the cell wall, and the final would bounce off the floor and hit Louis in the neck. As Sergeant Ratner lay bleeding to death, more officers ran in the cell and tasered Louis while screaming, "You fucking piece of shit." He was then dragged out of the cell, leaving a trail of blood.
So here we go. First bullet hit him in the chest. Second bullet hit him in the leg. Third bullet hit the cell. Fourth bullet ricocheted and hit the shooter, supposedly. And then they tased him and cussed him out. I'm willing to bet they probably shot him with his own hammer. But I don't think tasing would be enough for them. But again, oh, wait a minute. They probably don't even got guns in there, right? I don't know. I don't know how the UK works, man, when it comes to this, no gun culture type shit. That kid had a gun. Damn. So did he survive it is the question.
Officers would try their best to keep both men alive until paramedics arrived. They were both bleeding out in Croydon Custody Centre. When they did arrive, both men were still breathing. However, Sergeant Ratner would succumb to his injuries just 2 hours later in hospital. Louis almost met the same fate, but after life-saving surgery, he would go on to survive, although it should be noted that he had been in a coma for months after the surgery. Although he survived, it wasn't entirely clear if he'd ever go on trial because of the condition he was in. The shooting had caused him to have a stroke, which left him with brain damage.
Wow, like he didn't have enough? Like that dude we saw didn't have enough brain damage? Alright, so was that guy, mentally ill, or was he high, and we're not talking about weed, or is he John Wick? And that was the coldest, he got popped off, and he was like, this is how I'm gonna handle this. You know what I'm saying? Because, wow.
Kate on a very basic level. He had also been left partially paralyzed. However, the Crown Prosecution Service wanted to move forward with murder charges 9 months after the shooting, as Louis had somewhat recovered from his injuries.
Crazy.
His lawyers argued that because he had brain damage, he wouldn't be fit to stand before a jury. But the judge presiding over the case would disagree and gave the go-ahead. You see, Louis was able to communicate at a very basic level using a whiteboard and short phrases. A lot of the time, it would just be one-worded answers. He was
wrote,
also
"I
able
John Wicked
to
them."
somewhat understand questions that would come his way. And so when the judge took all of this into
That's
account,
crazy.
the thumbs up for the trial was given.
So now they're gonna try him. How'd that
I
go?
spoke to Matt 2 days before the shooting. The thing that pains me the most is that he was just 2 months away from retiring. Our words spoken by Matt's brother James Young. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Rotner was just 2 months away from retiring, but he was sadly murdered in cold blood.
Jeez.
Matt's life had been one huge roller coaster. He was born in New Zealand to a loving family. As he was growing up, he wanted to follow his dreams of becoming a tennis player. As a part of chasing this dream, he would secure himself a scholarship in America, but ultimately decided he wanted to join the Metropolitan Police when he moved to England in 1991. He would be a police officer until 2020. Once you met Matt, you couldn't forget him. He would take time out to talk to people. He didn't care who you were. It's quite strange, but people who had been previously arrested would turn up to the station because they wanted to chat with Matt.
They
Matt
let
will
John
be missed
Wick
by
get him.
many. The same can't be said for Louis. In June of 2023, Louis DeZoya would go on trial for the murder of Matt Rotner. As you know, it was never fully clear why Louis...
That don't seem like the mugshot. That's got to be an earlier mugshot. Something from before this case. This is wild, though. He pulled the strap in the interrogation room.
Decided to go out that night armed with a gun. But the police and the Crown Prosecution Service did have one theory. He was going to either A, seriously hurt his father, or B, murder him. Again, this theory should be taken with a pinch of salt,
Y'all
because
should
no
let him go.
charges in relation to Louis harming his father were ever placed against him. The reason why that theory was the strongest was because Louis and his father had a rocky relationship. You see, growing up, he would witness his father beat his mother. He would tell the jury using response techniques with his lawyer that he would be beaten by his father over trivial matters when he was a child.
Okay.
The police were fully aware there had been issues, as they had been called to at least one fight between the pair in the past. In 2019, they were called to the family home after a fight broke out. Louis had kicked his father off a bike because, quote, he had been talking too loud. During the trial, it emerged that Louis had purchased the antique firearm
There's always some abuse at the end of it. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes people are just born assholes.
legally via an auction.
This
It
guy.
emerged that Louis had purchased the antique firearm legally via an auction website. At that point in 2020, it was legal to do so. His lawyer stated that he had purchased the gun because he had feared the pandemic would lead to food shortages. Therefore, he would use the firearm to hunt wildlife. However, psychologists would tell the jury that Louis had told them he began carrying the gun months before the shooting for protection. He told the psychologists that he had been robbed in a drug deal gone wrong. Louis had lived at a flat in Banstead. That's roughly 10 miles from where he would be picked up by police. He had moved out from his parents' home after dropping out of an engineering course at college and finding employment with the HMRC. Using the experience he had in engineering, he crafted several working bullets for the firearm in his garage at the flat. Those bullets would be used to murder Matt Rotner. During the defense's opening speech,
So he made his own bullets in his garage.
Louis' lawyers would tell the jury that
Sheesh.
he never intended to kill anyone that day,
John
even up
Wick.
until the point of the shooting
Another
itself.
one.
Instead, they explained that due to a lack of personal space, Louis had an autistic meltdown. His autism diminished his responsibility. In other words, he wasn't in a sound frame of mind
So we're
when he
blaming
committed the
autism
murder.
for him up
To no
the strap.
surprise, the jury wouldn't accept the defense, and Louis was found guilty on all charges placed against him. He was handed a life sentence on a life order tariff, meaning he'll never be released from jail.
Dunzo, buddy. Damn. That was the craziest John Wick move.
Louis DeZoya at
Look at this dork.
1:26 in the morning on the 25th of September 2020, you shot dead Sergeant Matt Ratner. He was the custody sergeant at Croydon Police Station. He had devoted his life to public service. He put himself in the way of danger to protect the public and to protect
He
and
stood dead
safeguard
center.
those who came into custody. You have robbed Sue Bushby of their future life together, Diane Peachy of her stepson, Luke Ratner of his father, and Jessica Williams and James Young of their brother. They are all rightly immensely proud of the man you killed. They recognise that you bear the sole responsibility for his murder. They say in their victim impact statements that for the officers who were on duty that night, they have nothing but support, sympathy, admiration and respect. You said that you had an autistic meltdown. You said that you had diminished responsibility. The jury disagreed. The jury found you guilty of murder. The sentence for murder is set by law. It is life imprisonment. So I sentence you to life imprisonment. I have a great deal of medical evidence about your condition, and I have been given very great assistance from your lawyers. I have all the information that is necessary to pass sentence. The law requires the court to decide whether to set a minimum term order.
They should lock your ass
or a
up for
whole
wearing that.
life order. A minimum term order means that you can be considered for release after the minimum term. A whole life order means
He
that
got
you remain
a
in custody for the
pilgrim
rest
slash
of
Santa
your
the
life.
Claus
The aggravating factors
slash
in my judgment outweigh the
loofah.
mitigating factors. The
Dome
aggravating
shit.
effect of your use of a gun and the planning and premeditation outweigh the mitigating effects of your
Definitely
personal mitigation,
premeditated. He was trying to figure out the whole time, how can I up this strap without them getting me first?
including the impact of custody. There is therefore no justification to depart from the starting point of a whole life order. That is what Parliament has decided should normally apply as a starting point to the murder of a police officer in the execution of their duty.
AKA your dunzo.
The seriousness of the offence means
We
that a
didn't
minimum
need to
term
listen to
order
Cookie the
is
Clown,
not
though.
justified.
You just basically
A
said
whole
life,
order
life,
must be imposed.
life,
Louis de
life.
Zoysa, I sentence you to imprisonment for life. I impose a whole life order. That means you will remain in custody for the rest of your life. You may now be taken from the dock.
That shit was wild, boy. Hold on, let me go back to the. This is crazy, man.
I can authorise it, but I can authorise a search of you under section 54 of PACE. Stand up. Mate, you couldn't
Made his move.
have
Damn. Croydon Police Station shooting. I need that video.
After being led into a cell at Croydon Custody,
That was bananas. That dude went in there on some John Wick shit. He had been trying to pull that pistol over and over and over again. The other cop kept suspecting it. They said, oh, he was thorough. That cop got to feel like shit. I don't know if that was one of the cops that was in the room, but that cop got to feel like shit. He didn't search that kid. He was already suspicious of the kid. And they said, you know, Buddy that was narrating the documentary said, oh, he was thoroughly searched. He was absolutely not thoroughly searched. If he was thoroughly searched, he wouldn't have had a hammer in that little room with that cop with an exposed chest. Woo! Bananas. London, y'all better pay attention. Damn. What else we got here? I saw something about, let's see, suspects try to seduce cops. That should be funny.
Have you ever...
That should be hilarious.
Criminals getting stopped by police can often use many violent methods to try and escape. But what happens when suspects try to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid sentences? Here are 4
They
examples
get away
of
with
when
it.
this very situation was...
Alright, let's see. Who's going? Kelly Barton. Wildin'. Skylar Fluss. I don't know. Like a pageant kid. Lydia Badillo. And Brooke Teague. Looks like a messy situation here.
was caught on camera. Starting with 48-year-old Kelly Barton, who drove into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient for work.
Oh, that's
However,
it?
when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Kelly?
Yes?
How are you doing?
Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening, but doesn't admit
Hold
to
on.
driving,
She had a
despite
special
it being her
care.
job.
She had a,
Unfortunately
yeah, that was
for
her
her,
job.
though, security
She had a special care patient and some shit. Hold on.
work. However, when police arrived, drove to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid sentences. Here are 4 examples of when this very situation
you can't trust
was
your
caught
people
on camera.
with nobody.
Starting with 48-year-old Kelly
no
Barton,
employees,
who
nothing.
drove into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient for work.
While transporting a special needs patient for work, she's that smashed that she smashed into a light pole. And when the law got there, she's still in the back seat laid out. You wildin'. She's the one with special needs.
However, when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Kelly?
Yes?
Yes.
Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening, but
You think?
doesn't admit to driving, despite it being her job. Unfortunately for her, though, security camera footage from the gas station proves that she was, in fact, behind the wheel, and is now facing charges of both DUI and neglect due to the responsibility she carried while driving with the patient.
you
But as an
think?
ambulance pulls up to perform some tests on her, Kelly reveals that she has another trick up her sleeve, and begins repeatedly flirting with all of the officers at the scene.
Look at you handsome.
Do you want the light squad to check you, ma'am?
Let them do what they gotta do. Come on, boys.
Frisky.
I want the little young boys. Ask me how I'm feeling. Let the little young boys tell me.
Damn.
Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes.
Let me check your blood sugar real
Okay.
quick.
Look at him.
Let me check your blood sugar.
I would do him in a way that he won't even. Hey, look. He can look tough all he wants, right? Don't let me get him.
After multiple tests, it's clear to the officers that Kelly was way over the legal limits
Kelly, you
and is
wild.
arrested for driving while intoxicated. And after struggling to get her into the police vehicle, she's sent on her way to the police station. But if you think Kelly was bold for talking to cops like that,
She didn't seem that. I mean, she was just talking her shit. She wasn't offering nothing. She knew she wasn't getting out of nothing. Wasn't nobody making the trade. Shit.
18-year-old Skylar Fluss is on a completely different level, going so far as to post this video to thousands of people bragging about how she got away with the DUI.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Privilege.
Skylar was pulled over after an officer saw her weaving around the road in a way that suggested
Look at
she
that
might
animal.
not have been completely sober.
Look at that
But
animal
according
walking around entitled. No DUI for me. My daddies are this. My uncles are that. My great uncles were war heroes. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You're a hood booger in the pageant world.
to her video, she claims that using her flirtatious and quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with
A 3.8 warning? Shit, he let you off with a weekend away at Turks and Caicos or something, because a 3.8, that's like a lot. Ain't that? She should be dead. Or was it a 0.38 or what's going on? Yo, straight entitlement. Look at it, privilege. And then some her uncles and some of her dad and her moms, they'll be in the comments talking crazy. She's just an innocent, wholesome girl. She's a pageant hood booger.
warning.
Warning.
Look at
Her flirtatious
little
and
slut.
quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me
Jesus.
off with a warning and gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch. He was hot. so I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
If her
Oh, well,
story
there
is
it is,
true,
lunch.
then the officer would be in serious trouble. But luckily, the officer in question recorded the entire interaction on his body cam, and the video tells a completely different story.
Hello. My name's Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you're weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I want to tell you the easiest way to make full-time income online with just a laptop and on.
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay. Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart hurts.
Okay. Well, I'm just
Because my
concerned that you were
heart-
weaving.
We've reached the crying stage. Okay, so she's empathetic for her friend, and she's trying to reach out to her boyfriend or whatever, and she's crying now, and nobody gives a
Where
shit.
you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Oh, she
Okay.
I
got
was like
jumped.
crying and like I'm really
Okay. Were you on your phone and stuff too?
Oh, so she's super victim out the gate. She got jumped. She's not the victim in that video. I got a DUI and Turks and Caicos and you know what I'm saying? No, none of that. It's this right now. It's I'm the victim. I got jumped and this, that, the other.
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart hurts.
Okay.
Because my
Well, I'm just
heart-
concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol. But if you're on your phone, have you been drinking or anything tonight?
Everything.
No. Okay.
The deputy then does give Skylar a card with the sheriff department's information on it, but it didn't include his personal number, and it didn't come with an invitation to dinner.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything. Okay.
All right, let's get to that. Sounds like you're having a bad night. That only happens in her neighborhood. That only happens with what she looked like. It happens in courtrooms with people that look just like her. Her brother, Tad. They just throw him. They just throw everybody else away. But him, they don't want to ruin his life. You look like you had a rough night. Like you know, it was hard to sleep in that jail. But don't worry, we'll take care of you. So, you know, she got jumped. According to her, she's the victim. And, you know, she reminds him of his daughter. And he don't want to take her to jail.
Department's information on it, but
For
it
DUI.
didn't include his personal
Smell
number,
her breath,
and it didn't
bruh.
come with an invitation to dinner.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything. Okay.
It's crazy.
So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle. and I gave you off.
And 5 minutes later, she's fucking calling him an asshole on video and telling everybody how, you know, they're having lunch tomorrow. Living it up. None of these tears, none of that.
So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back. Where we were headed, get there safely, and I'm sorry you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I'm just right down the street. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you were weaving a little bit with no traffic out. I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all.
Skylar's video doesn't just contain disgusting footage of her laughing and bragging about exploiting this officer's kindness, but also states that she blew a 3.8 on the breathalyzer, ignoring that she wasn't even tested in the first place.
Yeah, I knew that shit
The legal
wasn't real.
limit is
3.8?
only around
Didn't know 3.8. She needed, that 0.8.
0.8, and already makes driving dangerous. But a reading of
She would've died.
3.8 would imply Skylar was not only blackout drunk, but close to death,
Exactly.
as at a level of 4.0, respiratory failure is likely.
3.8,
But this doesn't mean
crazy.
Skylar was lying about being drunk underage. Videos were later discovered of her chugging tequila from the bottle
Look.
and acting drunk.
So look, that cop, he's responsible for that anyway. He didn't take her to lunch, but he let her slide, knowing what she was doing. She threw a little tear in the eye at him. That's all it took. Sucker.
At a party just hours before she was caught driving. After
Look at
she
this
was
idiot.
confronted with this, Skylar confessed and admitted to everything.
I ended up getting a little too intoxicated.
Sure.
I was taking shots all night, and
course you
I
were.
decided to make the
Oh
dumb
my God. My God. What the hell? Hold on. Let's take a long, hard look at these. This is what's wrong with y'all. Sheesh. Look at that. If you know, you know. God damn.
decision to get into my car and drive.
She also admitted that the officer never asked her out. That was just a lie for social media attention.
Yeah.
Regardless of her confession, though, no further action was taken against her or the officer who failed to test her. But the same can't be said for Lydia Badia.
Listen, the officer, this dork right
Taken
here.
against her or the officer.
that dork should lose his job. You know what I'm saying? He should lose his job. He knew what it was. He knew she wasn't weaving about nothing. Oh, she got jumped. Big deal. What do you care? But this big dork, she sold him on it.
Who failed to test her, but the same can't be said for Lydia Badillo. She was caught trying to transport 2 illegal immigrants over the Mexican border, and as soon as everything started to fall apart, she decided to try seducing the officer.
Just wait for me right here, okay? You don't have anything?
I'm looking at your eyes. Sorry, sir.
What?
I'm looking at your eyes.
Why?
Because you look pretty handsome.
As soon as the officer realizes something might be up with the IDs,
Gremlin.
Lydia starts to smile and stare directly at his eyes before telling him how handsome he is. Obviously, this is just a trick to try and get out of the position she's put herself in. A trick that isn't going to work on this officer.
Estos documentos por un tiempo. Por un año. Okay. Pues son falsos, okay? Y tener documentos.
What's up, affiliate marketers? How you doing? Michael Bashy here. Now, really quick, listen. I know you don't...
En estados de Texas, pues son falsos, okay? Y tener documentos en estados de Texas es un delito. Las ID, a esta te sale a un señor, a tuya. A esta no me sale nada, okay? So estas identificaciones son falsas. Okay.
After running the woman's driver's licenses through the national database, the officer discovers that the ID numbers return completely wrong results, meaning that both of them are totally fake. It's later discovered that the 2 women with Lydia in the car are both illegal immigrants from El Salvador. What's worse is that they were being transported through a service that often forces women into debt bondage, where the people who transported them will make them pay off their debt through forced labor and sex work. So, while Lydia was arrested and the 2 women sent back over the border, they may have been saved from years of horrible treatment and abuse. One thing's for sure though, Lydia's attempt at flirting didn't work one bit. Unlike Brooke Teague's attempt, which...
It worked for Brooke? The irony.
Actually worked out well. So well, it's rumored that her and the cop are still together to this day. Brooke was pulled over after an officer witnessed her swerving around the road slightly.
They're still together.
Brooke was pulled out well. So well, it's rumored that her and
fucking... Ah, man. This dork. He caught himself a wifey out there on the stroll drunk.
the cop are still together to this day.
That's funny.
Brooke was pulled over after an officer witnessed her swerving around the road slightly, a telltale sign that the driver was either intoxicated or in need of help. So he swiftly pulled her over, only to be greeted in a surprising way.
Hey, I'm Officer Smith, I'm Good Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in a traffic stop. I appreciate that.
She got him already. This dude been waiting to get got. Sucker.
Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show
Her baby daddy.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachary?
Yeah.
How much do you have to drink tonight?
Only one drink.
Just one drink?
Yep. Yes,
Final
sir.
answer?
Miller.
A Miller Lite?
Yes. I won't lie to you, a Miller Lite.
That's all you've had?
Yes, sir. You can ask Zachary.
I don't really want to talk to Zachary.
I know you don't, but I'm just
He
saying.
don't want to talk to Zachary because he's hating on Zachary because he's closing in on Zachary's chick. Look at these assholes, boy. Come on, thin blue stripers.
Okay.
In just this first minute of conversation, 2 things become clear immediately.
That the cop been waiting to get got and that Zachary's on the way out the door. Those are the 2 things that are...
Brooke has definitely had more than one beer to drink, and how well she and the officer seem to be getting along already. Both points that will get increasingly more obvious as the footage continues.
Yeah, I can smell it from across the car.
She's like, I had one Miller Lite. There's no... I wanted to say, like, a Miller did that to you?
Big Miller. 128 ounce Miller.
Freaking bucket of Miller. Alright, where we at on it?
You a bucket of shit.
Awesome. Brooke?
Yes.
Teague. Am I saying the right? Teague?
Yes. Like baseball league.
Teague like baseball league.
Yep. It helps people spell it because they never spell it correctly.
Brooke then gets taken out for some sobriety tests,
Oh, look at this
which
stumbling.
take much longer than anticipated.
Stumble monkey.
Didn't make me giggle, I'm sorry.
Snorting and shit. Look, he's giggling with her.
He makes me giggle too. It's okay.
Okay.
What a bitch ass cop, boy.
I snore. I'm from
Sorry.
Huntsville.
We're supposed to be professional.
I'm from Huntsville. It's
We're
what
supposed to
makes
be
me snore.
professional, but you're not. You're not supposed to be professional. You a trick. Or you're not being professional. You're a
Alright,
trick.
stop laughing because you're making me laugh.
I'm not.
alright? Seriously.
I'm giggling. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
this is a serious deal. Alright, okay.
All right, you go home. I'll meet you
You're
there.
smiling. I can't help it.
Alright, stop.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, despite all the jokes, Brooke failed all the sobriety
Look at that
tests and was put under arrest.
How much you actually had to drink?
I've had 2 Millers.
2 Millers now?
Two
That's
buckets.
Yes, sir. You can call Mitchell, the manager.
Okay.
Call Mitchell.
Well, hey, go ahead and put
He
your
on the
hands
way
on your
out
back for me,
too.
okay?
After a search of her car, which turned up nothing but a loose car seat, she was driven back to the police station where the sparks continued to fly.
Oh,
I'm with
look,
you.
he's what?
Driven back to the police
Look, he's
station.
pushing her hair
After a
back.
search of her car, which turned up nothing but a loose car seat, she was driven back
Look at this trick.
to the police station where the sparks continued to fly.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Over here.
I'll be with you later too.
There's a dog.
Where?
He's over there. Over here. His name is Kolyak.
Cleo?
That's my dog.
Is that your dog? What's his name?
His name is Coach.
Coach?
Look, he's showing her his dog. Aw. She showed him her victim ass boyfriend Zachary, and he showed her his dog.
Great day in the mask.
Wow.
Did I go to high school with you?
I don't think so. Where'd you go to high school?
Bentonville?
Yeah, right
Where'd you go?
Indiana. Valparaiso, Indiana.
Where in Indiana?
Valparaiso.
I was raised from Bloomfield.
Really?
Note that despite the
Brooke
obvious
being a
chemistry,
trick.
both Brooke and the officer have remained professional and are continuing to move on with the investigation. The officer had Brooke take a blood alcohol test where she blew 0.14%,
Look at this.
almost
Double-handed.
twice the legal limit. Brooke still spent the night in jail to sober up and had her license suspended temporarily. But this interaction shows how respect and professionalism can make an investigation much, much easier. It's just unfortunate that this cop didn't meet Brooke at a bar. Maybe things would have ended with a night at his place instead of the jail.
Do you want to make money online?
From what you said, evidently, eventually it ends up
The next 60 days,
at her
Kindle
place.
Direct Publishing is the way to do it. There you
Or
go.
at his place.
That's my secret.
Bananas. That's crazy. Jesus. Yo. She done pulled her a man on a DUI. He done pulled him a woman on a DUI. Wildin'. These dudes are something else. I've never heard that. Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith. This is the cop. I never heard that before. Bitch ass. What a punk. Woo. That was a lot. A lot of ridiculousness. Jeez. See what else we got here. He done got himself a... Zachary, you out the door, Zachary. Gonzo. Let's see what's up with this Jeff guy. Keep seeing this. The legend of Jeff. Let's see what Jeff's talking about in this interrogation room.
Am I under arrest?
Looks like it.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Robbery,
I'll
Jeff.
explain
I'm
everything.
under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay?
I mean, did he have no clothes on? What's with the scrubs?
I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? Let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff. Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you.
Like, I know all this.
Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? Do you understand? Do you understand what I read you? Did you comprehend what I read you?
Yes or no, Jeff? You're boring me.
Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here, at least some of it. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
Nope.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Did you do the robbery, Jeff?
Okay, good cop.
Playing good cop, playing bad cop.
Usually I'm the prick.
Evidently, if he understands good cop, bad cop, then he understands his rights being read to him.
You look like the prick cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
Usually he's
you
the
look
prick.
like the prick.
This is Jeff. Jeff is a heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years.
Okay.
He is 6'5", weighs 153 pounds, and has now found himself in the unfortunate circumstance of being charged with armed robbery. This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in prison. Jeff has been through the system multiple times over, and he will know that if indeed found guilty, his sentence will be considerably longer than the minimum 10 years due to his previous convictions.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no? I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just wondered, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you, motherfucker.
Okay, we're done.
You wanted a Coke?
Yeah.
2.5 hours later, he's not back in the cell, or he came back.
You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
Oh, he wanted the coke. Get him the.
Jeff has become
Baconator.
somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as
Really?
opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this can be tricky, as the interest in this character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. While the concept is timeless, the actual term was created through the realm of modern cinema. There's a diverse number of characters passing through the decades
That's
that
the
fit
one
the
right
criteria.
there.
Yet perhaps the most textbook example could be
Tony
the
Soprano.
protagonist from the 2003 feature Bad Santa, a middle-aged man simply known as Willie. This is a character that lies, cheats, steals, swears at children, drinks an inconceivable amount of alcohol, and is
Jeff.
generally extremely unpleasant to every single person he comes across.
Look who's here, Jimmy. It's Santa.
Fucking great.
Let's tell what you want for Christmas.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
On paper, this is an extremely unlikable individual, yet for some reason, we root for him while following his story. Anti-heroes are flawed, as are we. Their moral complexity mirrors our own, and just like us, they are learning and growing as they move along the path of life. Their mistakes make us think of our mistakes, and perhaps the reason we root for their redemption is the reflection of ourselves rooting for our own. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from. Both are driven by selfish motivation.
So are they saying that Jeff is an anti-hero? People love him because he's a dick.
Yet our emotional response,
I tell you what, there's guys like Jeff on that police squad for sure.
differs between them. The reason for this, while not necessarily obvious, is a relatively simple formula. The anti-hero must have a glimmer of humanity alongside a noticeable vulnerability. This is what allows the viewer to truly connect with the character. It allows us to forgive them when they are unethical, but admire them when they are noble. It allows them to be angry, cowardly, and greedy, but also cheerful, brave, and empathetic.
Who the fuck is Thurman? Is that you? Is your name Thurman?
Yeah,
Thurman Merman?
yeah.
Thurman Merman.
Jesus.
All right, bro, don't
With
give me the whole
relation to
movie.
Jeff,
Give me Jeff.
while
Here
many
we
of
go.
us can't relate to the feeling of being addicted to heroin for well over a decade, we can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can
Jeez.
somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this video. How he responds to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair.
And
The
in between, there's a coke and a cop.
long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes,
Get him a
all of which
Baconator.
have to be judged and decided on while going through the early stages of heroin withdrawal.
I need methadone.
That's what's
You need
happening.
methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone.
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
Yeah.
What do you need methadone for?
Cause I'm a fucking junkie, and I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
Heroin.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night.
What happened
Look, here's
last
the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
All right?
I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously.
Armed
I ain't committed
robbery.
No fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I
not
don't have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't
act.
talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to. man.
How? I don't
You're-
talk to
you're
the
sitting
police.
here- okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have,
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I say, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't
Hang
find
on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No,
before- Yes.
because I'm not gonna sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for
Read it to me, motherfucker.
Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one,
Oh, you already
a lawyer
did
will be
that.
provided for you.
I thought he was
If you
gonna
decide to
puke in
answer
the
questions
Kleenex
now without a lawyer
box.
present, you will still have the right. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand?
He
the right to
told you
respond?
that 100 times.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night.
You don't want to talk.
Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm warning you.
That's it.
All right.
Done.
This is
I
what I
told
don't
you this
understand.
was- I told you
I know,
this was
but
gonna
this is
happen.
what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What
told
changed?
you.
Just in the,
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
you didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I
But-
just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an
Well,
attorney.
lawyer.
So
Then
okay,
get
that's
get,
fine.
Get your ass up
But
and get out.
I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing.
Right. Let me
And
have this
obviously-
conversation with my lawyer.
So you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the code.
Wham bam, thank you for the coat. Take me to my cell.
For the same bullshit before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coat. Put me back in the cell.
He's back.
That's it.
Damn it. Well, see, now he's really going through the withdrawal. So let's see how this goes.
Just fuck with
This guy grew some hair. Oh,
All right.
that's his buddy.
it. I know we did this twice, but I gotta do it again every time, okay?
No. This is the third time, bro.
Before I ask you questions, I gotta read your rights. You understand that? Okay. Go ahead and sign there. I'm gonna take the F off.
Look, I'm not signing nothing. I don't wanna
Okay,
sign.
you don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights though, right? That's all I need, a verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When's his coat gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming, he's getting there right now.
Fairy tale.
He'll be here in about 2 minutes. Just watching the sewing machine.
Boom. Got his coat.
It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
Get him the Baconator. That's it?
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of your armed robbery. Okay.
Okay, so then if you got the evidence,
But-
book him. Dano?
You know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, I mean, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical.
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful to me at all.
If you got all that evidence, you don't need me.
You got any evidence?
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out a lot. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We'll go
Bruh.
back and forth. I give you
He's
one
hip
month,
to
you
your
say,
shit
"Yes, I'm
already,
doing
though.
something."
You just hoping. See, he's already hip to their shit. They know he's hip to their shit. They're just hoping that the withdrawals push him into a position. They'll keep the coke from him soon enough.
Anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure,
Damn
but
right.
everything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick. There's no way. I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
So you're in your right mind. You remember everything about the night, right? So you couldn't have done something not remembered. You couldn't have gone and robbed the place and not remembered?
Fuck, no.
Okay, so you would remember if you robbed the place. So I'm willing to go to the prosecutor, I'm willing to go to the parole officer and say, this guy's a good guy, he helped me out. He didn't do anything.
Say what you
And then
want to
go
say.
Back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Well, fuck. It looks like I am if and you're going to charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't, I mean, what do you got really? That I was at a buddy's house and I happened to come outside because you guys were fucking swarming the area and they
Which
fucking...
door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying that. I'm done, man. Fuck this. The only reason I came up here is to get a fucking coke.
You're not getting out.
I know.
Damn, took his shit. Oh, shit.
Make it quick. I got
Woo.
things to do.
Butterfinger problem.
How about that Butterfinger that you promised, bruh? Run the bacon. He said, we'll bring you a Baconator. We'll bring you 10 Butterfingers if you tell us what we want to know.
Jeff was released from custody just under 12 hours later. And that takes us to the final and perhaps the most important component of an anti-hero, the conclusion, which unfortunately...
And that's why they love him, because he told them, here, fuck you, I got nothing to say. Leave me alone, let me out. Where's all the evidence you got? Why am I leaving 12 hours later if you got all this evidence?
Fortunately, in this particular case, is unknown. The final outcome of this story will vary depending on the source. Some with a happy ending, others a cautionary tale. One legend has it that Jeff got clean soon after his release, and now works in the corporate marketing team for Coca-Cola.
Stop
while
it.
another...
That sounds like some bullshit right there. It'd be nice, though. Salutes Jeff if you got clean and you work for Coca-Cola now. That shit gonna kill you quick as a dope, though, so relax.
States that he was picked up the day after for the same charge and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia State Prison. If we go by the
that's the opposite end right there. He got picked up the next day for the same charge.
For Coca-Cola, while another states that he was picked up the day after for the same charge and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia State Prison.
Somebody ratted
If we
on
go
him.
by the Hollywood formula, an anti-hero's actions throughout the course of their life are so drastic and single-minded that they only ever lead to salvation or destruction, and their final decision is always dictated by what they have learned and how they have changed throughout the course of the story. The paradox here is that we don't even need the theme of imprisonment to mold the outcome of this particular story, as the theme of addiction is more than enough. Whether he goes to prison or not, Jeff will either manage to get clean and rebuild his life, or he won't. He is headed for salvation or destruction no matter what, and that single concept can perhaps define Jeff as an anti-hero. His outcome is a mystery, but either way it goes, it most certainly conforms to the anti-hero's ending.
Salutes, Jeff. You did good. I don't know if you got. I'm willing. I want to believe the you got clean and worked for Coca-Cola, and not that they came and snatched you up the next day, and now you got 15 ahead of you. It's hilarious, boy. Yeah, he's on to their game, and that's it, people. If they ain't got nothing, if they ain't got a rat, you ain't got. There's your best chance is to not say nothing. Don't say nothing. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk. Do not want to talk. Let's see what else we got here. Jeff's the legend, the anti-hero legend. Weak video though. Too much what's it called? Bad Santa. Fuck out of here with all that. Let's see what we got here. Nope. We got more flirting with cops, but I'm straight on that. Cop allegedly framed ex-girlfriend as crazy. How many men ain't on the other side of that coin? Women knocks female cop while fleeing arrest. Wait, that ain't it. That ain't what I just clicked. Here we go. This is it. Oh, that video went private. The irony. Cop allegedly framed ex-girlfriend as crazy, and that shit is on private.
Did you take that bag from Dollar Tree?
Yep. That shit's gone. Something happened in that case. Somebody shut everything down. See what else we got here. When dirty female cops realize they're getting fired.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides and CeraVe.
Shut you.
Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay. Yeah, so really.
23.
Michael Jordan? Hi, ma'am. Do me a favor, step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
Why would you
find out? Step out of the vehicle. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in.
It was April 7th, 2018, and two dedicated officers named Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson from the
Courtney and Christy.
Roswell Police Department and two
Roswell.
dedicated...
So, they're aliens. A lot of teeth in that picture.
Officers named Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson from the Roswell Police Department were on duty. As they patrolled the streets, they noticed a Georgia resident named Sarah Webb rushing to work in Duluth, Georgia, seemingly driving faster than the speed limit allowed.
Why are you in a rush,
Concerned for everyone's safety, the officers decided to pull over Sarah's car. As she noticed the flashing lights behind her, Sarah promptly pulled her vehicle to the side of the road. Officer Brown then took a step forward and approached Sarah's car, ready to address the situation at hand.
Stay in the car.
Sorry, my window doesn't hold.
Officer Brown, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card?
Is she drunk?
Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please. The ground's wet. It's been raining. You're going over 80 miles an hour
so
on this type of a road. That's reckless driving, ma'am.
Okay, are you here to scold me, arrest me, or cite me?
Texas. I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Call your mama if you're here to scold me.
I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Go for it. Hey. She was going like almost 90 down 92.
Oh, really?
She flew past me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
Wow.
My CAD's not working. Is yours? What did you?
I checked.
Can you see if can you check the tag too? I'm gonna have to restart this and see what the deal is.
Make me skid around the
I'm gonna take her probably for reckless.
Okay.
She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on
We heard
92
you.
in the wet road. She said she's running late for work. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
We heard you. Did that
do you
excite you?
I mean, I don't have any speed detections at the same time, but
It's clear
I mean, I don't have any. What do you think? I mean, I don't have any speed detections at the same time, but
It's clear that Officer Brown didn't have a speed detection device to get an accurate
Aha.
measurement of Miss Webb's speed, and she even admits it. But there's an interesting fact about the law and speeding. In certain places like Georgia, officers can determine if someone is speeding without using any fancy speed detection gadgets. It's all based on their visual estimation.
Chase.
So, here's a little insight into Georgia's speeding laws. According to Section 46-180 of the Georgia Code, it's illegal to drive faster than what is considered reasonable and safe, taking into account the conditions and potential hazards on the road. In simpler terms, you shouldn't speed if it puts yourself or others in danger. Then there's Section 46-181, which sets specific maximum speed limits. Going beyond these limits is a no-no. In a case back in 1992 called Brown versus State, the Court of Appeals of Georgia ruled that an officer's opinion on someone's speed, based solely on their observation, is enough to prove a speeding offense.
Okay.
The jury decides if they believe the officer's estimation.
Okay.
There was another case in 2002 called Stone versus State, where the Court of Appeals upheld a conviction for speeding based solely on the officer's visual estimate. So it's pretty serious. But wait, there's more. The same rules apply to reckless driving. According to Section 46390 of the Georgia Code, reckless driving happens when someone drives in a way that shows complete disregard for the safety of people and property. In a 2003 case called Frazier versus State, the Court of Appeals of Georgia stated that if the state presents evidence that you were driving way too fast given the speed limit and the road conditions, just speeding alone can lead to a reckless driving conviction. So, it's not just about speed limits, but also how you're driving overall. Based on some interesting cases, it seems highly likely that if Officer Brown were to testify about her visual estimation of Miss Webb's speed, the court would find it enough evidence to convict her of speeding and maybe even reckless driving.
Okay.
However, there's a little twist to this story.
Can I
You
get
see,
it, please?
while Officer Brown's admission that she didn't have an exact speed measurement might make her testimony less believable, it ultimately depends on how the jury perceives it. They get to decide if they find her estimation credible or not. Now, it's important to note that this standard we just discussed is specific to Georgia. Other states may have different rules, and some may not allow convictions.
What was the
Specific
twist?
only depends on how the jury perceives it. They get to decide if they find her estimation credible or not. Now, it's important to note that this standard we just discussed is specific to Georgia. Other states may have different rules, and some may not allow convictions solely based on visual estimations of speed.
No, but you can use the fact that you were going whatever speed and she went past you. Mm-hmm. It's on camera.
You
so
had to
you're
be
gonna have
going
a back
90 to
speed,
catch her,
you're gonna have a back
supposedly.
speed, 90 to catch up to her. You're going to have too fast for conditions.
Yeah, I mean, that's unacceptable. I told her, I said, you know the roads are wet, correct? You're running late for work and you're going above 80 to get to work. I said, call. So do not do that and put people's lives in jeopardy. So,
Go scold your
my
mama.
cat just froze on me, so I'm restarting it right now. What do you think? Or just tickets?
Atlanta answer or Roswell answer?
Why are you asking? You want to lock her up or you want to cite her?
Hold on. Are you? Okay. Hold on.
What y'all creeping about?
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, she did it. Unavailable. My cat's not working. Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
Yo,
As
they
Officer
just flipped the coin. They just flipped the coin. They just flipped the coin. If she's going to jail or if she's getting cited, they flipped the coin. Yo, man, I'm telling you, this is all day, every day, man. Your life is on chance when it comes to these people.
Wilson discreetly opens a coin flip app on her
Wow.
phone. She suggests a unique decision-making method. Heads or tails?
Yo.
Less work jam and more workflow with Monday.com.
It's the smiles we put on your face with every meal
That shit
made
is
just
crazy.
for you.
Well, I'll take one of them.
She says,
Fake-ass
implying that if
TV
the
Culver
unique
burgers.
decision-making method
Wow.
discreetly opens a coin flip app on her phone, she suggests a unique decision-making method.
That's crazy.
Heads or tails, she says, implying that if the coin lands on heads, Miss Webb should be taken into custody. But if it lands on tails, she should be let go. Surprisingly, Officer Brown would have been within her rights to arrest Miss Webb, regardless of the coin's outcome. Here's the legal aspect behind it. In Georgia, many traffic offenses, such as speeding and reckless driving, are considered criminal misdemeanors under Section June 1st 40 of the Georgia Code. According to Section the 17th of April 20, officers can make arrests without a warrant if they witness the offense happening right in front of them. So, even without specific state laws allowing arrests for these offenses, the Supreme Court has established a general rule. If an officer has probable cause to make a warrantless arrest for an offense they witnessed, it is constitutionally permissible. In a case called Atwater v. City of Lago Vista in 2001, the Supreme Court made a ruling. They stated that if an officer has good reason to believe that someone committed even a minor offense right in front of them, they can make an arrest without violating the Fourth Amendment. However, the court did acknowledge that the incidents in that particular arrest involved unnecessary humiliation and poor judgment on the part of the officer. Later, in the case of Virginia v. Moore in 2008, the Supreme Court reaffirmed and expanded this decision. They concluded that warrantless arrests for crimes witnessed by an officer are reasonable under the Constitution. While states have the freedom to regulate such arrests according to their own rules, these state restrictions don't change the protections of the Fourth Amendment. Considering the wide discretion given to officers in making arrests, a court would likely find the decision to arrest someone based on a coin toss constitutional, as long as there was probable cause to support the arrest. However, it's worth noting that in some places, these actions would go against departmental policies. For example, the Georgia Department of Public Safety Policy Manual specifies certain circumstances for traffic-related arrests, prohibiting all other custodial traffic arrests. On the other hand, the Roswell Police Department Policy and Procedures Manual doesn't explicitly limit traffic arrests, but it does encourage officers to consider alternatives to physical arrest,
Bro, I don't give a
like
shit.
issuing citations when appropriate.
Again, issuing citations when appropriate. She had her opportunity to issue a citation. She didn't. Her monkey ass flipped a coin because she was waiting for the brains of the operation to give her the answer, and the brains of the operation wasn't going to give her the answer. She flipped a coin.
Interestingly enough, by using a coin flip to decide whether to arrest Miss Webb, the officers likely violated another section of the Roswell Manual. It emphasizes that police officers should conduct themselves in a way that earns the trust, respect, and confidence of the public and their fellow officers. The manual also expects officers to project a positive image of themselves and the department, serving the general public with kindness, consideration, and patience.
So I got too fast for, let me write this down. Too fast for conditions. Is it reckless? Yeah, you can do reckless.
She going to jail on a coin flip.
Speeding. And you're just going to have to mark the pace one instead of the...
I mean, either way, the speed limit here is what, 45?
Yeah.
She was going way... I mean...
Oh, you going to say it again?
Because I haven't done one like speeding like that, so that's why I'm a little bit unsure.
You're going to do the patrol vehicle spot, and then it's going to ask you for moving or not moving, and you're going to do moving.
Can you help me do these dang tickets? My CAD won't even log me in.
You're a failure.
Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah. Alright, man. Do me a favor. Step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
They flipped the coin on you, shorty.
Step out of the vehicle. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay? Double locking these so they don't tighten on you. Can you do me a favor and step in front of my vehicle, ma'am?
Flip the coin on your tears, girl.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything in your pockets? Do you have anything on you? A Coke sticker stab me? Any drugs, paraphernalia?
I hope
like that?
so. That's what she's thinking. I hope I do. I was late for
Here,
work.
Ron. Return to the side for me. Here, move over, okay?
Flip the coin.
I'm just gonna shake this out, okay? Alright. Do me a favor, step over here.
So she might have been able to save her job, but now she might not have been able to save her job after that coin
Have a seat
flip.
for me.
To protect and serve.
We're gonna buckle you in, okay?
What you gonna do when you get out of jail?
RDR 390R. Alpha 1 in custody.
Y'all flip a coin before y'all smoke somebody, like before you get to the car. Y'all flip the coin. Listen, this one's gonna go bad, y'all. This is what we pulling today.
Alpha 1, can you please send me 85?
Something interesting happens when Officer Brown decides to search Miss Webb's vehicle. You see, officers usually can't search a person's car just because of a traffic violation.
But
However,
she's taking her to jail.
there are instances where officers can conduct searches without a warrant. First things first, officers can always search a vehicle if the owner gives them permission. They don't need a specific reason or evidence to ask for consent to search. This was established by the Supreme Court way back in 1925 in the case of Carroll v. United States. Additionally, if an officer has good reason to believe that the vehicle contains evidence of a crime, they can conduct a warrantless search based on probable cause. That's what the Supreme Court decided in the case of California v. Acevedo in 1991. However, in Officer Brown's case, it seems like she was actually just taking inventory of the items in the vehicle because it was going to be towed. Now, let's dig into an interesting case from 1976
Bro, I don't care about all
called
this
South
case
Dakota
law,
v.
really.
Opperman.
Tell me what's
the
happening.
Supreme Court explained that when vehicles are
I'm not here to
impounded, police
study for the
departments
fucking
typically
bar.
have a standard practice of securing and documenting the contents of the vehicle. This is done to protect the owner's property while it's in police
Right.
custody.
So they about to
prevent
plastic
disputes
bag
over
her
law.
shit.
Renewable power is here. We're modernizing the grid to help it shine brighter. Powered by ComEd.
Keep it quilted means you keep it the best. 3 layers of plush comfort you can see,
Lost or stolen items and ensure the safety of the police themselves. So, when officers search and inventory an impounded vehicle, the court concluded that it's not unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment. It's a routine procedure followed by police departments across the country and
Okay,
approved by
so
the
what did she
majority
find?
of courts.
I don't give a shit.
In Officer Brown's case, the Roswell Police Department Policy and Procedures Manual actually requires officers to inventory and document the
Right.
contents of every impounded vehicle. Since Officer Brown was following this policy when she searched Miss Webb's car, a court would likely consider the search constitutional.
Phone with you. Now your makeup bags and all that. Is it okay to leave those in the car? You can make a phone call, but that's all you can do. If you want to call them, you're allowed to call.
No ticket for you because Shorty flipped the coin and decided that the coin decided no ticket for you.
But okay, give me 1 second. I'll let you call them. Okay. Where does he live?
I'm gonna buy
Okay, have a good day, sir.
There's no reason that I should be doing that.
Okay.
Miss Webb was arrested and initially charged with going too fast for the road conditions and reckless driving, but later on, those charges were dropped. The Roswell Police Chief, Rusty Grant, took a stand against the officer's actions and announced in a Facebook video that the department would be conducting a thorough assessment and bringing in an outside consultant for an audit. After
There
an
you go,
internal
officer. That's how you do it. You get rid of these bums. You get them audited by internal affairs. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all business. That's y'all job. Y'all ain't criminal minds. You are, but y'all ain't criminal minds. It's a code y'all supposed to have over there. So get their ass audited. Get them checked out, officer.
Both Officer Brown and Officer Wilson were fired on July 26, 2018.
Dumbasses.
It's pretty clear that Officer Brown and Officer Wilson made some serious errors in judgment. Instead of simply issuing Miss Webb a speeding citation, they chose to arrest her. This violated departmental policies, general standards of policing, and raised concerns about their character and ethical conduct. While Officer Brown's actions might have been technically legal, the decision to arrest someone based on a coin flip—
Did Sarah sue? That's the question. You gotta sue.
—raises significant ethical questions. It's an important part of an officer's duty to make reasonable and ethical decisions within their authority. They take an oath, like the Law Enforcement Oath of Honor, which emphasizes accountability and maintaining high ethical standards. Officers who fail to consider the ethics of their decisions betray this oath and neglect their responsibilities.
There's
Officer
a million
Brown
of them
and
doing
Officer
it right
Wilson's
now as we
behavior
speak.
trivialize the impact of being arrested and damage the relationship between the police department and the community they serve. I commend the Roswell Police Department for taking appropriate action to address the misconduct
they
of their
did
officers.
something.
As for Miss Webb, it's not fair to assign her a grade in this situation because she had no control over what happened. When Officer Brown initially
even
approached her and mentioned her speed, It seemed to genuinely surprise Miss Webb. Officer Brown later admitted that she didn't really know how fast Miss Webb was going.
Liar.
This raises
She's probably
doubts
going
about
60. She's probably going 60 in a 45. Dirty pig lied, said 90. I had to get up to 90. Everybody wants to have a story, especially these empty fucking... Everybody just wants to have a story. You know, I had to get... She repeated it 5 times. Sound like bullshit to me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
Legality of the stop itself. There is an argument that there is no verifiable evidence to show that the stop was justified by the law. Ultimately, all the charges against Miss Webb were dropped.
Sheesh.
It's worth noting that she remained calm and compliant throughout the encounter, which
everybody.
likely contributed to the dismissal of her charges. I commend Miss Webb for handling herself well during the interaction and for filing a complaint through the appropriate channels afterward.
Well done.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Watch this next.
Imagine making $453,000.
Wow. They flipped a coin, boy. Sheesh. There's judges doing that in their chambers every day, flipping a coin. They don't even do that no more. They just make the random decision because whatever they decide, there's no sweat off of them anyway. They're good. They get to go home. They know when they clock out. When they done throwing people away, they walk out the door. Done deal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's see. Let's try this 100 times. This is for all the ones caping for the police right here. 100 times cops served instant justice to idiots. And with that, we'll end this. See what's popping. Let's see. If the video sucks, I'm gonna skip it and go to something
100
else.
times cops served instant justice to idiots. This fool is really trying to get somewhere.
Nah, this shit got music and shit. Probably don't even
Little did he know that the car up ahead was actually a cop car. I don't know what universe this guy thinks he's in,
these are
but
moving
that
too
wouldn't
fast.
fly on any roads.
I don't like this. We're gonna find something else. This shit is whack. Trash. Let's see. I don't even want to see that shit. All right, I'm with this one right here. Body cam. Suspect drags officer, crashes into cop car after nodding off an alleged stolen vehicle. Did they show the front of the car? Wake yours.
Vehicle was entered out of East Cleveland, stolen.
Alright, pull that car out, man. We copy. Yep, my 3 males, all sleeping. Open up! Open up!
Wake yours.
Your hands. Let me see your hand. Let me see your
Boy,
hand.
it's a whole hangout in there.
Let me see your hand.
Look how dude showed his
Let me
hands.
see your hand.
though.
Let me see your hand. Let me see your hand.
One more time.
See your
one more
hand.
time.
Your hands. Let me see your hand. Let me see your hand. Let me see your hand.
Other buddy's dead
Let me see
in
your
the
hand.
back.
Slow. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Leave your shoes where they're at.
Everybody lit.
Hey, we got back passenger. Hey, just move him. Move him.
Keep your hands up. In the area.
Who's in position to drag any officer like this?
Grab those keys out. No, hold on, not yet. Oh, keep an eye on him.
Look, he's like, man, it's an arm behind me. What's happening? He's super.
Stop moving. Stop moving.
Stop moving.
Here, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Ain't nobody even did nothing, so I'm just saying, hold on.
No, just get out of the car.
I'm about to get out the car. Can I get out?
Get out. Let's go.
Keep going.
Show
He
me your
gonna make a
hand.
move.
Hey, calm down.
He's trying to.
Car's off. Car's off.
Car's off.
Oh, y'all fools. A whole bunch of idiots, man. How y'all let that happen? Dude was incoherent. Dude was out of there. All of them. Mind blown. The dude in the passenger side, he had nothing he could do. This dude was confused for a second, felt hands coming from everywhere, and y'all let him get into all of this. A bunch of goofballs.
The next big publisher is
Shut
you.
your ass
Thanks
up.
to Amazon KDP, anyone can publish a book online in just 3.
Dumb asses. Y'all had y'all shot.
Cars off. Cars off.
Cars off.
Dude was incoherent.
The clothes off. Watch out! Watch out! Move!
Gone on me. Y'all dummies for that one. Oh, flipped it. Look it. Look it. Buddy didn't even get out the car. Oh, he's gonna get out bad. Watch him going forward. Oh, everybody getting run over. Buddy got back in the whip. Oh, shit. Bruh, all of that, you didn't even get nowhere. Damn.
Get out!
Where you gonna run to?
Right now! Somebody help here!
And y'all still can't get him together? Y'all a bunch of goofballs.
On your stomach!
We gonna go back and look at that wreck again.
Hey, get away from the car!
That was your fault. Ooh, boom! That's the other webcam.
Get out of the car! Just let it go!
Oh, ran her over. Did he run her over? Did he hit her in the leg? I think he hit her in the leg. And you needed to make more of a left turn right there. You tweaked, buddy. I didn't do nothing wrong. Wow, dragged y'all goofy asses. You still can't get him out. You got one wrist cuffed and you still can't get him out.
On your stomach! Help me! Is Pierce okay? Yeah, I'm good. Get the feet on your stomach! Help me! Help me!
Hands fell off. It's a bad look.
Help! They're trying to kill me. You tried to kill us. We're not.
Yo, they had the opportunity. Buddy was high. He woke up. He's confused. He sees the female cop. He sees the cop coming with his arm from behind him, still confused. And then he makes a half-ditch attempt to get away. And he got away because, well, he didn't get away, but he was able to catch them with their pants down before they caught him with his pants down. Bunch of suckers.
Just turn around. Turn over right now. Hey, roll over. Turn over. You good. Turn over. I got it. Hey, I got it. Put his hand,
Get his left arm.
Next time we stole the car. Yo, put your arm behind your back.
He treated you, dummies. This should be funny. This the inside. The cop, did he get dragged too? Buddy was about to get out, and the move got pulled. Oh, here we go. Y'all dumbasses.
Car's off.
Put your feet around.
Gone.
Watch out! Watch out! Move!
Come in. It's fine, bro. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Help! Help! Get out! Get the fuck down! Get the fuck down! How are you? How are you? Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Right now! Somebody help here!
Bunch of dummies. Dummies on both sides.
Here's okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, get on your fucking stuff. Hold it. Oh, man,
He wouldn't have made it
Are
through
you
that maze of
struggling to
cars
run
right there.
Amazon
He would have
ads to
crapped
your
out.
self-published books? Well, my name is Brian Cohen.
Shut your ass. He wouldn't have made it through all that. That ain't happening.
Is Caraballo good?
But he ain't got it.
You good? Are you okay?
Are you good?
No, I'm good.
You got flipped over. That's what y'all got.
Do we got all three? Do we have all three?
Let them help you out. We'll take care of everything else. You get taken care of that.
That guy right there, he got out early. He put his hands up like this and got out. The other guy went for the ride. That guy right there, he went for the ride.
You okay, man? Relax.
Yeah.
No, relax.
I want to make sure this guy gets.
I think we have all three. Do we have all three? I got one right here. You got one over here, too.
What they got? Meat wagon or EMTs? Y'all got run down by a bunch of doped out dope heads. They weren't even awake. Oh man, y'all do this to yourselves. Cleveland.
Sit up. You're a grown man that can drive a hard car. Sit up. No.
You know what?
No. Car's empty. No.
Alright, is there a description on the landscape or over anything?
Did yourself dirty.
No. There was only three.
There's only three.
Yeah, we got one here and two there.
Put stuff in here.
They have 3 car blue bits, so they have all 3 in custody.
Right, we have all three.
Yeah, I'll be all 3 are in custody.
Right there on
You good?
I'm good.
Go over to EMS.
I would like to find my glasses. You guys
We will
find a
look for
pair
your
of
glasses.
eyeglasses in
Go
there?
over and talk to EMS.
I'm good.
Careful, make you do. You have to. Glasses in these cars are yours.
Crazy shit. Y'all let them dudes pull the flipperoonie on you. Yo, they was done. Their night was over. Y'all ran up in there. Y'all had them dead to rights. All you had to do was get Buddy out the car. Took your time. You lollygagged. Both of y'all had your hands on him, and he still got away from y'all and managed to go-kart all over the place on y'all. Sheesh. Y'all tweaking. See what else we got here. That was a quick one. Yeah, I don't want to see that, man. Okay. Seem to have a head in a bucket here, y'all.
Artificial intelligence can start a business for you and make you money. With zero clients, zero...
You mentioned observing the bucket. I guess where in the basement was that located?
As you go down the stairs.
You mentioned observing the bucket. I guess where in the basement was that located?
As you go down the stairs, if you turn to the immediate right, it was at the bottom of the stairs to the right.
Was it in pretty close proximity to the stairs?
Yes.
Got buckets?
After you made that observation.
Heads and buckets?
After I pulled the towel off?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
I had
with
Officer Plunky come downstairs and just verify we had in
now.
fact found
If it ain't an interrogation, I don't want no part of it right now. Not at this particular moment. Sheesh. Officer shot and rescued during ambush by gunmen. Following video contains graphic content that may be disturbing to some. Discretion is advised. Let me see something. Okay, there was no promo here, so y'all monetized? Because I'm probably gonna. This video probably won't be monetized. Let's see. Discretion is advised. Officer Haley's dash cam. He's outside. Dark. Back roads. Or not. Somewhere. Who knows where he's at? What did you see? Oh, he got out and started getting busted at. Shit. So he saw somebody. He hopped out to get him. And they rained down hell on him. Boom, 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 boom. He was busting back. Boy, I better not get flagged for this grainy ass video. Body camera of Officer Haley. Let's see how this goes. Got him. I'm hopping out on him now. No. We don't got time for you to be driving around and shit. Boom. Turn the whip. Stop the whip. Hopped out. Dropped his phone, went after, and started getting busted at. And then pulled his weapon.
I'm here.
I was waiting for you, bro.
Shots fired.
Yeah, blew his hand up early. Because it was kind of like his camera even looked at his hand. That shit coming from everywhere. What did he do? He dropped his phone on the way out. Yeah, phone or something. And across. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he looked at his hand funny, or his hand looked empty.
I'm here. Shots fired.
He threw the radio, laid down the grass. Bro, how you don't know he's still there? His
Re-hit. Stomach.
Body shot. Ooh. That's gun
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Ooh. That boy got out that car and hell fell on him. They dragging him. Buddy's still busting at him. That's what's happening. So they dragging him away.
Oh my goodness. Where you head? My stomach.
It's gonna take you a while, bro. You'll be alright. Hold that pressure down. Maybe those vests should be a little longer.
Go, leave it on for right now. Come on.
Everybody's coming.
Where do you think, Kentucky? I'm gonna oust you down. Goddamn hurt.
other shots. No other cops.
Oh, God.
Just you two out there?
Oh, fuck. Snap it up.
Officer Balato, body cam. He pull up. He see his boy getting hell rained down on him. Oh, I'm sorry, my nigga. No video. Dang. I tweaked. How long that happened? From the beginning of the video? Oh, shit. We got to go back. We got to go back. There was nobody in here to tell me. Got to go back. Hold on. All right. So let's start this over real quick, and I'm going to scan through it. Here we go. Buddy hops out. He pulls up. He hops out. Hellfire and brimstone rain down on him. They get out. See the first one. Boom, 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 boom. He starts busting back, and he pulls his move. Damn. Shot in the gut. All right, so that was his... Dude still busting at him. Now here's his body cam. He hops out. No, we don't need the whole drive, bro. Pulls over. Hops out. Drops his phone. Something, yeah. Picks up his phone. And start getting busted on. Boom, 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 boom. Goes down, starts busting back.
I'm here.
Got it.
Shots fired.
Boom, throws his radio. And just agony. Dude's on the radio, and other buddy starts busting still again.
Rehit. Stop.
He's still busting at them. Still busting at them.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Dragging him. He's feeling that in his soul. Shit got real quick. Facts, so real quick. I just wonder what the call was. Like, what made him jump out? He had to have seen dude. You know what I'm saying? And he went after dude. And dude wasn't trying to have nobody going after him today. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't in his plans today.
Where you head? My stomach.
You be all right, buddy. So we hear no sirens. No sirens. One backup cop. No sirens. Still dudes busted at this cop too. This cop dragged him down the block. Right now. Get him from around the corner.
Or anything, Kentucky, I got Austria down.
Bad night. This just happened too. September 7th.
Goddamn hurt.
I bet it does. You gotta keep moving them. You don't know if that if buddy's creeping through gangways.
Oh God.
Coming to get him.
Oh fuck. Snap it up.
Officer Bellato's body camera. Now we back to where we was at. My bad. Happens. I muted myself yesterday. It was crazy. I cut him out of the final edits though. We good. Wonder what activates the audio on these cameras. Or did they just cut it out of the edit? So Buddy's already shot.
Give me EMS! Give me EMS! Officer down!
Yep. Now dude's gonna bust at him some more. Oh, so he was open wide on the corner. So it happened over here I can't even show y'all. It happened in that on that corner right there, from that tree to that corner. But where he's laying, he's open to the landscape of the whole neighborhood if you look.
Officer down!
That's a bad spot he's in right there, because Buddy could have run down that block and kept busting at him, which I believe he did.
Where you hit?
Yeah. Good job by his boy, because that was an exposed ass corner right there. That was not the spot to be laying down. He must have peeped him. He let him go, so he must have saw Buddy. Oh no, he's busting. Okay. Let him go.
Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm bleeding.
Dislocated his shoulder, his elbow, his wrist.
Where you hit? My stomach.
That's a little bit better. That corner was exposed as hell. Oh yeah, dude decided today was gonna be the day. Oso said, damn, Buddy on one today. He decided today was the day. For everybody.
No, leave it on for right now.
He made that decision for everybody. Now we're inside.
40th in Kentucky, I got an officer down.
Goddamn hurt. It's gonna be a long night for you, buddy. 2:30 a.m.
You okay? Step it up. I need more cars.
Shit, y'all needed more cars about 30 shots ago. Y'all needed more cars. You been screaming into that radio. Where y'all at? They ain't send you nothing. You done gone to the next block. Dude's already over there.
Hey, watch that. This sounds. I believe the shots came from the house up there. Stay with me.
What you got? You gonna fill it up.
Hey, watch your back. Cover that. One of those houses over there. The shots came from the front door.
From the front door.
I got it.
Puncture seal. Hands is all bloody. All right, bro. He taped you up. You good?
That's how much blood. Stop! Stand! Stay with me. Hey, we're gonna be on Kentucky right up here in the alleyway. I got an officer with a gunshot wound to the chest.
No ambulance, nothing.
Black males. Get off it! 2 black males.
At the front door. Open the door. Back up. How many shots you got? That's your 3rd seal.
Hell Charlie, stay with me, bud.
Bro, you didn't have a vest on? Where you thought you was at?
I'm right here in the alleyway on Kentucky.
You say
half a block down from 40th.
You say stomach, I'm thinking, you know, it caught you beneath the vest. But if you all shot up, you got 3-4 holes in your chest.
I can see your vehicles. I got chest seals on both sides. Come on.
Okay, on both sides. I got
Stay
you.
with me, bud.
Get 'em out. It's getting quiet.
You hit anywhere else? No. Are you sure?
Brother, what a response.
Just stay with me.
Seems like a long ass forever for that dude, I'm sure. Ooh, that don't sound good.
Hey, come on, give me right down here.
Yeah. Y'all running late. Y'all real slow. There you go. Now what?
What do you need, sir?
Pick his ass up, put him in the car, drive him off.
Good, you good.
You good. You in
Somebody get a bag.
meeting, but you
Bring
good.
it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Bring a bag. Come on, man. I should have been brought a bag. Everybody look like they got a vest on. What? It's just a vest to carry a bunch of shit? Like, you know, like Deadpool be talking about? Or you actually got a, you know, a flak vest that catches shit.
Breathe, all right? Breathe, brother, breathe.
Where was y'all at?
In the house right up there.
South of Kentucky Street.
Did you check his
In the alley.
What? You check the back? Yeah, I got it. What? Wait. Right here. Stop.
Now there's another cop playing doctor. Get an ambulance. Go raid that house.
Are you trying to move him? No, just
Took you long enough with the bag. Those dudes done skipped out the back of that house.
Let's go.
already.
Can we
They
get your
gone.
car? We gotta go. Let's go.
Put them in your car, man. Enough with the waiting for the ambulance. Y'all should have put them in the car a long time ago. There's one thing that y'all had. Y'all didn't have an ambulance. Y'all didn't have any backup. Y'all didn't have any help, but you did have a car. Drag his ass in that car, pull off a long time ago.
Get open, Sarge. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the back.
Get in the car. Where he go? You want him to get up and get in the car? Lead him through and take him to the hospital.
Get in the back. I'm working on it.
Right there, they dragged him in the car, pulled off the seal from the wound on his back. They're just making a panic mess.
Go. Hey, Sarge, watch this house.
Yeah, don't go that way. Officer Haley's dash cam. Well, we saw this. Oh, all of them at the same time? Cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. Boom, he jump out. Pick up the phone. Across the street. Baka, 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 baka. Blah, 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 blah. Pew, 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 pew.
I'm here. Shots fired.
That's the other cop pulling up right there. He sees him. Hold on, let me see his dash cam. Oh, we can't see. Camera's too low.
Re-hit. Woo.
Ambush and B.
Shots fired.
He was waiting for them boys.
Oh my goodness.
Got the time sync.
Where you head? My stomach.
Everywhere.
Go, leave it on for right now.
Them gunners could have been gone out the back a long time ago. They been gone. Forget the house. Not forget the house, but they gone.
Before anything, Kentucky, I gotta oust you down. Goddamn hurt.
It's rough. It's a long night.
Okay?
Oh, God. It's a long block. Gunfire around Officer Haley viewed slowed down. Damn, y'all doing a whole lot. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Yeah, it's a lot. They was on them from the porch. Sheesh.
Have you ever wondered why some affiliates make tons?
Damn. Yeah, see? Now I can't just see. I didn't judge that cop. I didn't shit on them cops. Nothing. They was getting busted at. I didn't see them misusing their authority or nothing. You know, they was in the middle of the job, and you know they dealt with a criminal that was ready to lay them down. And them boys fought for their lives over there on that corner. It is what it is. With that said, thank you for joining me for Uncivilized Episode 9. Also, it is always a pleasure, my friend. To everybody else that checked in and out, salutes to you. If you're watching the playback, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification. I'll be uploading the Season 2, Episode 1 of Surviving El Chapo shortly and cutting these down. I just finished the other videos of the boys. Yes, sir. Nate Money, salute. Y'all have a good night. Smoke them if you got them. Have yourself a drink. I'll at your boy. Also, you know where I'm at. And I will see y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.